All right, YouTube, Jeff Lindsay in the garage, February 19, Monday afternoon after work. What we've decided to do while we're waiting on some stuff to come in is start trying to figure out where some of the stuff goes, how it goes back together. I didn't document much when I took this car apart. I just assumed that it would be easy enough to put back together, and that was the wrong thing to do, is to assume that you're going to be able to put this thing back together without knowing how it comes apart. So the manuals are going to be a go-to thing. Obviously the videos on YouTube, if when and if you can find stuff. But for example, this piece, this wheel well or inner fender brace, I had no idea where it went, so we just got to looking around and trying to figure out. This is the driver's side. That's not extremely complicated, but there again, we didn't know. I'm pretty sure that the one on the passenger side is missing. I don't think it was on the car. I have not found it in any of the stuff that I've got stored in the other room. So that'll be a piece to buy. That's a piece we got figured out. One more thing that we figured out today, and again, it's not extremely complicated, but it was a piece that I wasn't sure about. So we got it out, cleaned it up a little bit. Doubt we'll be able to use it. It looks pretty bad, but at least we figured out how it works. There's just a short linkage rod that goes in and connects to the door latch mechanism. And there is a sequence that you need to use to be able to get this in and hooked up, and this, with the long rod and all. And this was kind of something that you need to do first. So we ended up taking all this apart, out of the way, took the door latch mechanism or striker plate, whatever you want to call it, took it back apart, fed that through, hooked it up, bolted this up, and then went back to the interior release handle and bolted it up, and it works really well. So just another thing down, works good, pretty happy with that. So we know how they work. So if we can cross off 2 or 3 things a day like that, we'll gain on it pretty quick. There again, this is a piece we're gonna have to try to locate and buy, because I just don't think, I've looked and looked, I don't think I've got it. So anyway, we're starting a new video, and this is just gonna be figuring stuff out. Just gonna be figuring stuff out. The bolts that go through these side brackets, I don't think I've got them, so that's something else we've got to try to find. I've looked around, and I don't see anything that would even resemble what might go in there. So just trying to figure out where things go, how things are going to be put back together. Obviously we know what these are. They go on the lower valence panel. Those are part of the bumper bracket deals. We know where these go. Those are part of the bumper bracket deals. But we've got a lot of stuff in there that we don't know what it is or where it goes. So a lot of stuff to figure out, and we'll get started trying to figure it all out. All right, Tubers. All right, Tubers. Jeff Lindsay in the garage with you Thursday, the 22nd of February. Man, February finna be gone. Got some stuff in today for the weekend. Hopefully we'll be able to get most of this knocked out. The 2 front quarter panel patches with that detail, and you can really see that. I had just flat panel pieces there, like we talked about. Now we got the right patch panels, and we'll get those installed, and things will look a lot better. Both of the striker plate or door lock mechanisms, both new ones, came in also. So we got some stuff to do. Probably go ahead and get started today on that driver's side striker plate. We'll try to get it knocked out, get it put in, and when we have a little progress, we'll bring you along. All right, YouTubes. Still the 22nd, still Thursday. We're winding it up for the afternoon, about 7:20. And we've got all of our new stuff put in the doors. The striker plates or door lock mechanism, whatever you want to call it, with all the linkage put back on both doors, driver side and passenger side. And pretty happy about that. Driver side door locking like it's supposed to now. Opening like it's supposed to. Outside door handle, inside door handle on both sides, in place. Linkage working. Everything working like it's supposed to. Alright, tubers, Jeff Lynn's in the garage with you Saturday, 24. Working on patch panels. A lot of cutting and fitting. But what I wanted to show you, this is the driver's side patch panel. This panel is about 17 inches long. Well, my problem is down here. The patch that I put in came up to about right in here, and it was just a flat patch, and I didn't realize at the time, and we've talked about that. But what I'm getting at is, whenever you do it, and I'm no professional at this, I'm just offering up a little advice. So I'm sure there's some that'll disagree, some that might agree, I don't know. But this is what I'm doing. This thing's 17 inches long. So you're gonna have spot welds inside the fender, wheelhouse area. You're gonna have the length of this weld all the way across here. Plus you're gonna have this inside the door jamb weld, and then all the way across the top. That is a lot of welding for me to get this detail right here. So what I've done on the passenger side is I've got my piece that I need to give me the detail, plus to go above the area that I had patched originally. My weld area was right in here, down there. That's cut out. This is cut to fit. A lot less welding, YouTube. A lot less welding. So just a FYI, keep that in mind type thing. If you don't need that whole panel, and the majority of your panel is good, just take out what you need, and that may be, you know, that may be something that everybody knows. I don't know, but I didn't really pay it much attention until I started working on this one. All I need is that detail, and I wanted to go above where I had put the old patch. So that's what we're working on. We have some progress, we'll bring you along, tubers. All right, guys, just coming along. Did a lot of working down on that patch. We refined it way down from what it started out. I'm not sure how good that line's gonna show up. We just got the panel tacked in right now. I got a flashlight. I'm trying to. The patch piece is really shiny black, and it's kind of hard to tell about that detail. You can see it a little better there, but it lines up good with the door. And there again, you can see that it's just spotted in, and our line, our door gap line is pretty good. So we're real happy about the way this is turning out. This area right here, there is a little bit of a detail, and I'm thinking that gets seam sealer in that area, and we left that little rolled edge, and we're going to spot in there. Probably not all the way across. I'm not sure. I need to find out about. I believe that little detail stays in there. I know some people have welded them up and filled them in flush, but I mean, it just depends. I don't know. But what we were after, it looks like we're going to do pretty good with it. Around on the inside, we still got some work to do. But I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be a lot better. That door has still got to come out just a little bit at the bottom. We have not adjusted, and you can see it should make that transition just about perfect. I think we got our line just about perfect. Our door gap line there, our style line, whatever you want to call it, is good. And that let us line that one up good. So overall, I think this is going to be a pretty good patch piece here. It's going to get that detail back in there for us like we want it. And when we pull that door out, hopefully it'll be just about perfect. So give you a shot of what's going on the inside. Couple of spots across the top and there to hold that in place. That's kind of hard. One little spot right there, I'll just fill it in and then grind all that smooth. But looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We like it. A lot better than what was there. All right, tubers, we'll bring you along. All right, YouTube. Patch panel on the passenger side is welded in. Turned out pretty good. Cut it back to where it was flat, this flat surface. A little easier to weld too. Rather than trying to weld in that little piece, there was enough material to weld all the way inside that, but it's a little harder to grind out. So we on a flat surface there. We'll be able to hopefully clean it up a little easier, but that's what's left over here. Probably going to upload this video. I think we got about 14 or 15 minutes, maybe pretty close to it. And I generally don't like to go over that because it's hard for me to sit through a 30-minute video. So I was right up to do them. Same thing on the driver's side patch panel. So there's no need in showing that. It'll be the same old. We'll cut that patch panel way down just like we did the passenger side. And once we get that done, we'll finish gapping the doors, get the doors right like we want them, as close to right as I can get them. And I believe what the plan will be from there is take the motor transmission apart, take the motor apart. I want to get just the block in here and mock up my motor mounts, cross member, things like that. Just get it all mocked up, get the mounts in, get that knocked out of the way, and then we can do some brake lines, finish putting the car together. I'll see how far I need to get with this thing. I'll talk to my buddy that's going to do the painting. I need to find out from him just how he wants it. There's a lot of stuff I can still do to this car. A lot of stuff I can do before it has to be painted. But I'll check with him and see just what point he wants me to take it to him. So there we have it. Another weekend in the Rusty Metal Garage. And thanks everybody for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. I always appreciate the comments. Always read the comments. Faster Cat, Mark Furtado up there in Massachusetts. This is for you, buddy. Peace.